I'm literally an idiot, okay? Hey everybody, no, seriously, like I wanna give a full thank you to everybody supporting me. Like I got a lot of support, even though this was a failure. But before we get into what went right and what went wrong, I do have a plan B. So I am gonna do another book in the future. We'll talk about that in a little bit. And right at this very moment, I started a Patreon. I'm like, oh, this is a good time to try a plan B where I can get some progress. So click here if you wanna know how that Patreon is gonna work out. So there were some things I did well with this and then things I failed at. So let's start with the things I did well. For the first time, I think I did pretty good with marketing when it comes to like getting it out there through like Facebook ads and Google ads. And I put a nice little bit of money on it and let it go for the whole month. And I saw so much traffic and a lot of movement, people commenting and sharing. And through this, I realized I have a lot of support. But the problem was it was too expensive. Okay, so I think there was two major problems, right? One, it was too expensive. I think if this was like $20, $30, $40, even $50, it would be more acceptable. So what's happened was the ads were working. They saw the ads because it was like thousands of people would click the link and go to the Kickstarter, which means they saw and it was like, I think I like that. And they would go and they're like, oh, $75. Let me pandemic my way on out. And then when the early bird ended, it was like $100. So they're like, definitely not. Or, which a lot of people did, they're like, all right, I don't got $75 for the book, but I got $20. So here you go. Which is like, they didn't even have to do that. They could have just walked away. So honestly, my goal was $10,000. I think it came up to like 3,400 something, right? A lot of that was just people giving me money, not even for the book, which was it was a good thing on the support side. It was a bad thing on the book side. So honestly, I knew early on that, this ain't gonna make it. Because if I would rather this book fail with the Kickstarter than it to succeed barely. The reason why, all right, if I made the goal exactly, $10,000 or $10,000 and a few $100s, that's telling me I got support, but nobody cares about this book. So then I would have ordered 500 books that nobody cares about. And what I'm gonna have them piled up to the ceiling trying to sell off books? No, that's not happening. So once I realized, oh, this isn't moving at a real good speed, I'm like, all right, what's gonna be the plan B? But I knew I needed to wait to really make a plan B to really see what is it that I need to do next. So that was the first problem, is the price. The second problem was that, okay, I think this is a great book. It has some great art in it. I'm trying to open it up, you know what I mean? But I'm not that established yet. I think if I was more of a famous artist, people will want this book because it's like, wow, I get exclusive prints. I get to see it up in person, but nobody know who I am. So they saw the ad, was like, the art is good, but who are you? So I don't think it's a bad book. I think it's a not right now book. It's a book that you do when a lot of people know who you are. And it's not a useful book. It doesn't really do anything. And then I'm talking about coffee table. Most people don't even have a coffee table to put it on. So, so it's just like, I went the wrong direction. What I did wrong was, do I want to sell one item for $2,000 or 2,000 items for $10? And I think I need to hit that direction. So the way I'm gonna do it, here's the plan B. Oh yes, I'm gonna do a coloring book, much cheaper, maybe like, $18, $20, but it'll also be a digital version of that book where it'll be a printout, not hardcover, but a coloring book where you can use colored pencils, crayons, watercolors, whatever you want to do. And it'll be a digital version where the files will be prepared for Procreate, Photoshop, and everything. And you'll have all the ink drawings of some of these pieces that are in here where you can actually color it either digitally or in an actual print book. Much cheaper, much more affordable. So then those people who came over would have probably got it because they're like, oh, I got $20. Oh, I can get the book. As opposed to, dang, I got $20, but I can't even get the book. Well, dang. So I think the other issue was I didn't really include my audience in the building process of this. So the Patreon is going to have a little bit of that, more of a early access to behind the scenes. But I also want to get the audience that I have on Instagram and YouTube to see what's the progress. Where am I going with this book? How am I trying to get off the ground? And instead of, oh, there's exclusive pieces that you won't know what it is until, I mean, what is that? So I think that was another part, but I think that's a smaller part compared to the price. Also, if this book was much cheaper, maybe it would have did well, but everything happens for a reason. You know, I'm one of those people, I'm a very optimistic, positive type of person. Don't get me wrong. That's how I was feeling. The way I was in the beginning, that first day I realized, yeah, I ain't gonna make it, was the day I was feeling like, forget it, forget everything, forget it. But I'm not like that for too long. I'll let that go for a few hours. Maybe, you know, I'll just go to sleep and then I let the day go by. And then the next day I'm like, all right, everything happens for a reason. What did I learn from this? And to be very honest, the reason why it doesn't feel like a failure is because while I was focusing so much on promoting this book, everything else was growing. Like my Instagram was growing, my Facebook account, so many people were following me, and YouTube has grown. So just because I was trying to focus on this one thing, so many other things were actually growing, even though this didn't succeed. So if you want to know a little bit more, the Patreon actually is available right now, so check that out. But stay tuned. Stay tuned. I'm not stopping here. Come on. I'm not stopping here. We gonna do this. Oh yes. What are you doing? I know you're not about to leave without liking or sharing or something. I know you see that red button. You better subscribe to my channel. See you soon.